I want to get my creativity back, and that's why I'm going to reread The Artist's Way. So I read this book in 2023 and I religiously followed the 12-week exercises. So this book is more like a 12-week workbook. This time I want to document and I want to take you along with me. And if you have been meaning to read this book, we can read this book together. I would love to do that. My plan is to read this book every Monday, and I'm going to share my thoughts on whatever the chapter is about. I'm going to be very honest. If you have read this book or if you want to read this book, a lot of emotions are going to come up for you. It's quite introspective, it's quite reflective. There are questions, there are these prompts that you have to do, which feels very difficult in the moment. As cliche as it sounds, this book really changed my life. It just changed my perspective on creativity and how, as a human, we need to keep our creative side alive, because we as humans are born to be creative. This book is not just for like artists, but I recommend this book to anyone, like every human on this planet, I feel should read this book for sure. I realize the reason why we feel so not alive, because I've been there in the past, is because we just get so disconnected from our creative side. And this book really helps you just be creative, just get into that zone, to understand yourself better. There are morning pages, there are artist dates. I have been doing morning pages since the past few years, but since the past few months, I haven't been doing it regularly, and I would really like to keep doing that every day. Also, I would like to go on artist dates with me and my inner child, and I'm going to take you along with me because I really want to share this experience that I'm going to have. I'm pretty sure what I'm going to experience this time is going to be very different than when I read this book the first time. I mean, now that I am an artist and now that I make things, but there are a lot of other doubts and self doubts and things that I know I could be better at if I just start working on them. I'm very excited. I would love for you to join me on this journey. We can read this together, discuss things. You can comment on the reels that I'll post on Monday, or you can DM, email, whatever you prefer. But it would be really fun. Okay, I will see you on Monday with the introduction chapter. Welcome to week 0 of 12 weeks of The Artist's Way. This is where I'm reading The Artist's Way, and I posted about this on my Instagram page. And it makes me so happy that so many people actually bought this book and they want to like read or reread this with me. So for this week, which is like the week 0, I read the introduction, the basic principles and basic tools. And this is like an introduction to what this book is about. So Julia Cameron is just like introducing the book and what you can expect out of this book. And she's talking about these two non-negotiable things that we have to do in this entire 2 weeks of the course. And it's also good that we continue to do these two things, and they are morning pages and artist date. I love how she says that we are all creatives, and with the help of these small tools and practices, which are extremely simple, we can be more creative as humans. And since I've already done this before, this is my second time rereading this and doing the 12-week course. I know that it's not just like a creative practice or just to, just to reach a certain goal, but it's literally spiritual path. I mean, you just end up learning, unlearning so many things about yourself. I love that she says no matter what your age, no matter what path you are on, it's just that if you want to do something, like even if it's like a creative hobby, like you want to start painting or you want to start making some kind of art. There's a dog fight happening. So when I started this book in 2023, I just wanted to learn how to paint, and that was my entire like agenda for this 12-week course. But now I know that there are so many other things that I want to improve on in terms of my creativity and my creative practice. As a human, as a creative, we have so many blocks which are necessary to be acknowledged, which are necessary to be removed. That's when we go and meet this inner child of ours and we just like become this creative versions of ourselves, I guess. I love this thing in the book. I think I highlighted it somewhere. Even if we look like functioning artists to the world, we feel we never do enough and what we do isn't right. This is the exact reason why I am rereading The Artist's Way. I have been constantly feeling that I'm just not doing enough or I am not enough and whatever I'm doing is just wrong. It's just there's just something more that I need to do, something more that's right for me, for my creativity, for my business. Since I've done this, and since Julia also mentions in the book that you might want to stop doing this after 2-3 weeks, which I really felt the last time. Like, I think I was very consistent with my morning pages as well for like 3 to 4 weeks, but I just wanted to stop doing that. First thing, because I didn't have anything to write. I felt like whatever I wanted to write, I just wrote in the past like 2-3 weeks. I just had nothing to write after that. And what she suggests is that you just have to keep writing, like even if you don't have anything to write that I don't have anything to write, which I started doing. You just keep writing that and you just eventually just come up with something. It helps, okay? That's what I'm trying to tell you, that it really helps. I was saying there are two non-negotiables: morning pages and artist date. It's like an introduction to both of those things, just explain what those things are and what we are expected to do. And I just wanted to treat this week as the week 0, as a starting point. Even though I write morning pages 3-4 times a week whenever I feel like, but I just want to get into the habit of writing every day. Also go on these artist date and do something for myself, because now that I've made art into my work and my profession and career, there are days where I don't feel like I'm making art for myself, even though I make art every day in my daily art sketchbook. I mean, I have this thing in my head that, I have to put this on Instagram. I mean, I do record these pages of my daily art and I post them on social media. So in my head, that's also kind of work that I'm doing. Also, because whatever art I make in my sketchbook, they eventually turn into some kind of a product. It will be really nice that I do something for myself on artist date. It might probably not be painting or anything related to it, but I just want to do something that fuels my creativity. There is this thing she talks about, like our inner critic, which is called as the censor. Censor is what she is calling a critic, which is nothing but this negative voice in your head that's just there to criticize you for no reason. I mean, the voice is just there to protect you. It's not an evil voice, but it stops you from doing something and it shows you that this isn't safe and this is something uncertain or something out of your comfort zone. There's this very interesting thing that I did. I started to give it a character. If you have watched the movie Luca, it's an animated Pixar movie. He names his anxiety as Bruno, and whenever he's doing something that makes him feel scared, he says Silencio Bruno, which is basically just to tell your anxiety or to tell the voice that it's okay. Like, just let me do my thing. This anxiety or this negative voice is actually not evil. Okay, it's not like this black monster. I don't imagine it to be this black monster, but I imagine it to be this cute little monster with cute little eyes who is just as scared and who's just basically trying to protect me. There's also this concept of filling the well that Julia talks about. It is what I have been doing. Filling the well is nothing but filling your life with inspiration, with different type of art, something that interests you or something that makes you curious. Now, there are going to be tasks after every week, and it's not compulsory that we finish all the tasks, but it's good that we at least manage to finish like half of them. There's no task for this week because this is just a week 0, but there's this creativity contract that we have to write for ourselves and sign. So I'm going to turn this creativity contract, writing, signing, whatever, ritual into a ritual of my artist date for this week, so I also get a hang of it. I also plan to write my morning pages this entire week, and I'm going to document how many days I actually wrote. I literally feel like a student just going through notebooks and just telling you about the curriculum of this book or this course. It's fun. This is how I like to be nerding out. I will be reading my week one Sunday night or Monday, because I also want to document this, take a video, and also post on my Instagram, because there are a lot of people actually following me and they are like doing this artist way book with me, and I want to be accountable. Amazing to have accountability friends, especially when you are doing this kind of a course. It becomes extremely heavy. The last time I did this, I did it with a friend of mine, and even though we were like 2-3 weeks apart from our course, but we would like get on a call once in 2-3 weeks, or whenever we would feel a little heavy or there were like a lot of emotions coming up and we just wanted to discuss things. It was just a nice way to have someone to talk to, and it would be nice if there'll be more people discussing about this, because this is that one book I recommend to everyone. I really want everyone to read this. I'm actually excited. I'm also curious because I've done this before. I know it's going to be like, it's going to go one step deeper into what I feel. New things are going to come up and I am okay with them. I really want to see what comes up. I'll maybe also record how I felt the entire week. I mean there are no tasks as such, so I don't know what I'm going to check in about, but I'll maybe just update you if I did my morning pages the entire week and what I did for my artist date and how I wrote my creativity contract. Okay, I'm going to have my tea, get back to work. Um, I actually want to show you this book that I finished 2 days ago. It's Mrs. Kim. Mrs. Kim? Mrs. Shim is a killer. Oh my god. Okay, just bear with me because I'm very new to vlogging and I'm just trying to adjust the camera. Okay, I'll get used to it. So I finished this book 2 days ago and I picked this up. I mean, Penguin India sent this to me, but I started reading this as like a pure entertainment. But I loved how this turned out. I mean, it's such a amazing thriller. This entire book has so many multiple POVs that there are stories from um, different characters, and it's like every character's story, the backstory, how that person ended up being this contract killer or some sort of killer, and it's kind of also psychotic. There are a few stories. I mean, a lot of stories are a little disturbing, but eventually it is like a thriller, murder, psychotic book. But it was fun reading, I was hooked onto this book. I think I would have finished this in like 2 weeks, but I had like a reading gap for a few days. I don't know why. I want to show you the next book that I'm reading. Okay, one second. Where is the book? Okay. I started reading this book, The Ocean Would Paint Me Blue. This was sent to me by Bloomsbury, India. And I know that this book is going to be very sad. I think I'm going to cry in this book. I read this book yesterday at my doormat appointment. I read like around 20 pages. There was a lot of noise, but at the same time, I knew that I had to wait for like an hour or 2 hours for my appointment, and I just got this book. And I was the only one who was reading, by the way. Everyone was just on their phones, which somehow I feel like I didn't want to do. That's why I took this book to my appointment. And I have a dentist appointment right now, and I'm going to take the book with me just in case if I have to sit there again for some time. If you don't know, I mean, I'm pretty sure you don't. I have aligners. This is the first time I'm saying this out loud because I mean, even though I'm quite active and make content on Instagram, I have not made an announcement that I have aligners. It's been more than a month. And that's also why it gets a little difficult for me to make videos because I don't want to show this. It's a little difficult to speak in this. And it also gets very difficult to like remove this because I'm supposed to keep this for 22 hours. I can only remove this for like 2 to 2.5 hours when I have to eat food. Anyway, I don't think this is like a big announcement to make. I don't care. I don't care if I speak like this in my vlogs. So it's just, I think I'll get used to it, and I think you will get used to it if you're watching this. I mean, I don't find this to be a news to be announced. So okay, it's Saturday night and I just got done with my work and I am now going to make the creativity contract. It's going to be my artist date with myself. Yeah, I mean, artist date is with myself. It's basically with my inner child. So I'm just going to make the creativity contract right now. I'm thinking I will take like a piece of paper and I'm going to paint it, like make a border around it, maybe use a few of the stamps that I have, or I'm just going to make or stick the stickers that I have. I have a lot of stickers. For some reason, I have a lot of scrap paper with me. Also, I am going to light a candle. I've become a candle person suddenly since the last few months. So these candles are from a brand. They actually sent it to me. It's called Guru Om. The brand is called Guru Om. I'm going to show you the box for a second. The box is really pretty. I like how black and minimal it is. And they have like 4 small candles. I really liked this one, which is called as Assis. And another favorite of mine is Kesar. I really like Kesar. So I'm going to light my candle and have a nice artist date with my inner child. so silly for writing this. I feel like such a nerd, but I think that's what this book is trying to tell you, that you need to be a nerd. I mean, that's what being a nerd is. It's just nerding out max into what you like and what your interests are. And then I did not end up using my journaling products at all. I mean, I did not use a stamp, I did not use my scrapbook paper. I feel like I am not a very journal person. I mean, I used to be. I have a lot of things, but I don't do it on a regular basis. That's why I'm just super comfortable with paints and I do anything and everything with paint. So, this is my piece of contract for my artist way. Okay, I think I'm going to like tell you what the contract is. And if you've done this before or if you've reading it with me, you'll know what the contract is. It says, I, Isha, understand that I'm undertaking an intensive guided encounter with my own creativity. I commit myself to the 12-week duration of the course. I, Isha, commit to weekly reading, daily morning pages, and a weekly artist date, and the fulfillment of each week's tasks. I, Isha, further understand that this course will raise issues and emotions for me to deal with. I commit myself to excellent self-care, adequate sweet, adequate sleep, diet, exercise, and pampering for the duration of the course. July 25, 2026. Feels super silly for recording this. But I've heard stories about people, like how reading Artist's Way has completely changed their life. Honestly, I've done this, so I don't even need a proof because I am a proof myself. I did not write this contract last time I read this, but this time I actually thought I really should and then just commit to it because I want to. I think I'm going to end my week zero video here. Oh, by the way, I did do my morning pages. I think I missed 2 days, but I at least have a hang of it now, and I'm sure I'm going to do it tomorrow and the rest of the coming weeks. I'm going to end this week zero here now. I'll see you in my next week.